Blessings, everyone. This is a message about the offerings of energy and support for those souls that are going through lots of change, and maybe they can't see for themselves and connect internally with what's going on. As a spiritual midwife, I offer sessions and readings and insights into the person. Lots of soul level connections, and the connection's really important. If the connection isn't there in terms of how we connect, then I will speak about it immediately, because I don't want to waste energy and really feel this need to overemphasize what we're doing together. When the connection is there, the energy flows, and I'm easily recognizable by people who know that they want to come and work with me. It's very obvious. It's like 100%. Yes, I'm going to go and work with Saul. So I get called Saul, by the way. Saul is my, it's really my name. I'm called Saul by almost everyone, even though I'm known under different names. So anyway, to continue, when the connection's there, the energy flows, and there's a spaciousness and a light there that is guiding us together to work together. So if you're feeling you want to come and work with me, then you will know, and I will know that you know. So, the role as spiritual midwife is organic. For women, we're moving through a time of deep awakening through the heart, and the womb is expanding as we connect into Mother Earth and this deepening with the womb of the earth. So we're feeling the sensitivity through the body at a level of awareness and awakening. And there may be a sense of disquiet and feeling the need for support. This is where I can help. Helping with the birthing process and the rebirthing of ourselves, allowing the woman to come into her own place of internal love and really feeling this connection with the source of life, our natural ability to see. And I believe that as women that we're all healers, and that we have a gift of healing for the planet and for the communities and for our families. So really it's a place of wisdom that I connect with that allows the person and the woman that I'm working with to really feel herself in her heart. And it's an empowering process where I am listening and allowing her to be her true self. It's beautiful. At soul level, the beauty of the dialogue and the connection is a very deep connection with spirit, and the connection at womb level, which allows me to see into the womb and see if there's any need for me to connect in there. Now, I'm saying this with great sensitivity because the womb and the sacred feminine and this deep connection with our sacred self. I won't enter into anything that's going to harm that. So I'm very aware of the sacred and also our sacred connection, of course, because I become the mirror for her, and also I can literally become a deep part of the woman that I'm working with. And so it's very sensitive and very deep and very beautiful work to do. And I feel very honoured and very blessed when I get asked to do so. In terms of conception and conceiving a child, there's a listening there that I tune into. And she may be able to feel the recognition of the soul that's coming through to communicate with her, and really allowing the connection and the relationship before it comes into form. So it's a beautiful, loving heart connection there at soul level with the soul that is coming through to be embodied by the woman. Some women, of course, are already tuned into this at this level, but I'm there to reinforce that if necessary. And the message that I have for women is that as the creation of ourselves accelerates on the planet, and these new souls that are coming through, and these divine children who are high vibrational, and I call them the star children, they come through and they are communicating with the mother and the potential of birthing through her at a time when there's so much need to raise the vibration on the earth, and also to lift the energies of humanity from a place of deep unfoldment, where we're unfolding through our feminine magic, I call it. The healer that's inside all of us as women, the intuit, is very tribal. And the woman who knows herself deeply and can really hear the messages of herself and her unborn child. So organically, when she has a connection with the soul before she conceives, but knows that her purpose is in birthing this form, then it comes into alignment at a level of deep divine love, and this love is conceived through the ability to recognize herself as a vehicle for life. So there's a sense of freedom there that comes, both for the child and for the mother. She will be attuned to the energy and will be experiencing this throughout her pregnancy and throughout her connection with the womb and the sacred feminine. So it is a place of deep knowledge there. And obviously there's a bonding and a love that's experienced that's deeply connected. I do believe that this is something that all women experience, but they may not be able to recognize it if they're not conscious of this. And recognizing it and being conscious of it is very whole for her. It's a really holy connection, a holy journey with the soul and the child that she's about to birth. So we have a healthy birthing process, and a process that's completely natural, where the body knows what to do, and she can just really get herself out of the way to allow the process to happen. And it's deeply organic, and there's a deep awareness in there, of course, as well. It's amazing. So that's the work that I can offer for women. And also I have a connection with the children, which has been with me, I feel, my whole life. I have been able to recognize the soul in the child over my own, my own process of becoming and being a woman, recognizing children that are gifted and that are very special, particularly through the eyes. I have deep connections with people through the eyes and the souls that I feel that I already know and have already connected with at some level, but we just haven't met in a physical body. So the children and their beauty and the eyes that are everlasting, these amazing star children that are coming through, and they've got so much energy. It's really important for them to be nurtured and to be allowed to be creative, to be protected, yes, and in some ways no, because I feel that these children are part of the global community. So having a child is good to recognise that they're part of a bigger picture, that we're all caring and looking after this child at the place of deep connection with the mother and with Mother Earth, and just really creating a safe journey for their life and their lifetime. So we're deepening in at the present time into all of these amazing energies, allowing ourselves to be enlightened, feeling the healer as a part of us, and also women who I feel we're all part of the shamanic tradition, if you wanted to call it that. I'm not a labels person, but I can see that women, and also my own journey, was also about awakening through multi-dimensional shifts of energy, actually traveling outside the body and coming back into a space that allowed me to really use the gifts that I had experienced on this journey. And it was a journey of moving in and out of different spaces different places, different dimensions, and that was in 1995. I've published a book about this. It's called Healing from the Heart. The cycle of birth and rebirth and death as in its reality, which is really, for women, a cyclical connection, which lots of us experience on a daily basis, and sometimes moment to moment. We're very aware when we're tuned in that we're rebirthing and recycling through the body. The higher the vibration that we live in, and the higher the vibration that we accept and receive into this shift in consciousness, the more that we're aware of how the prana, or our energy, is literally recycling, regenerating itself through the breath and through our days. We become more conscious of what is in place for our divine nature, our light. The prana is the place where we are able to really tune in and feel the movement and the cycles of our lives from a deep awareness inside. So it's a place of acceptance, and it's also highly creative as well. So we need to know that everything is in divine order, that everything is moving and shifting it exactly as it should be. To be aware of our diet, the way that, when I say our diet, I don't actually mean that the way that it might sound, but I mean what we're taking into the body, the energy we take in, the way that we consume. Consumerism, could go on and on and on with this. What does that mean for us as women? Sometimes it's just about breathing, and not much more than that. It's being able to breathe, connect, move the body, move through our transitions that we go through, and know that we're safe within that. Moving the body through yoga, deep practice, pranic breathing, whatever you want to call it, pranayama, kundalini yoga, whatever it is that helps you to really digest life and feel free in the body. It's so important, because we're becoming lighter and lighter, and there's more light being generated to connect with the new earth and the new souls that are coming through, because they're also coming from light. So you can imagine what this process is in terms of purifying and being able to purify our connection with ourselves, living a life that's open and free, and being connected. Yeah. I'm registered as a medical intuitive with the International Association of Medical Intuitives, and I use this organically as a place of integration for the person, to allow them to feel into who they are, and really allow them to accept and let go of anything that's inhibiting their energy and their connection with the body. Having the the connection inside with ourselves at a level of freedom. The healing comes from the person who is in the belief that they may be sick or that there's disease. They have been fed this from the outside by a medic or a doctor. My belief is that disease is actually unease with ourselves. So to be able to heal and really open and live fully and be present, we need to recognize that in essence, that everything is inside us, that there is no disease as such. There is no illness. We don't get sick. You see, there's no need to be sick when we have the life and the lifestyle that allows us to be connected and to fully integrate into who we truly are. So I can bridge the gap between what is felt and the knowing self. And if that's allowed, then I can enter in and support the person through energy awareness, maybe through doing some deep healing work, but really allowing the grounding and the foundation for life to be fully accepted by the individual, and to know that they're on a journey and that anything that has been consumed from the outside, which is generating an illness that they recognize within themselves, they can heal that and allow it to be freed up through their perception, and really know that they are able to move through this. It's a passageway, and it's usually a passageway of time. That's a place where we get caught, and it may be very painful. So I can assist in sharing and the recognition of this, and allowing the person to find their own space inside to heal. And just to finish, the life of the woman and the healing work that I do is connected with all of us through our own sacred space. We were born into a womb that was sacred. We came from the Holy Mother, you may call this holy order, this relationship with life that comes from a deep, deep knowing of ourselves. Whatever we allow into the body is up to us. It's very important. We do not need intervention through drugs, through any intervening examination, anything that pushes into the body and is referred to as being necessary, I question, both personally and as a healer. Life is timeless. We're infinite. There is no age, and there is no disease unless you believe that there actually is. The belief systems, how to live a sacred life, how to care for ourselves, and how to bless each moment with a deep sense of love for the choices that have been made for us before we came here as a soul, that we're on a journey of exploration and learning. It's an adventure and it's exciting. We need to feel the vitality of life within this, and also to recognize that we have a sense of deep beauty inside us that is our connection with Source, with God, the Goddess, whatever you want to call it. But we're all living as beings of light and sacred order is the word that's coming through, where we've chosen this body. We've chosen our parents, they are our teachers, to lighten up in our lives, to know that we are responsible for who we are, and we are in control of this. We have the ability to be fully aligned with our divinity, to know that we're sharing in a world that allows all of us to recognize that we're one, we are one family, and that we're all connected all over the globe. There's no judgment, there's no separation, there is only oneness. So you get a taste for this through this message and what I'm offering. And if you feel that you connect with the message and with myself, then you're very welcome to get in touch. Namaste.